Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the match between FC Barcelona and Levante, and FC Barcelona has tied against Levante 3-3. This was a very disappointing game. This was a game where Barcelona was actually expected to win, but that was not the case. Barcelona has completely ruled off the chances of them winning the league in this season. The fact that Barcelona could not beat a team like Levante, seeing how bad of a team Levante was throughout the whole course of the season, and then to tie against this team 3-3, this is something that is very questionable, because honestly I do not know what's going to happen right after this, after the season is over. Because let me tell you, Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid do have to play one game in order to level with FC Barcelona in terms of how many games they do play. And assuming that Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid win their next few matches, the fact that FC Barcelona could not take advantage of this team against Levante, it is completely disappointing and it is very embarrassing. But here's what we are going to do in today's video. I am going to be talking about the first half, the second half, and then give my overall review of this game. There is so much lessons that we have to learn in today's game. The majority of those lessons that will be taught throughout this video is going to be happening at the end, because at the second half, that is basically where all the action did happen. It is in the second half. So if you guys do want to fast forward and then talk about what did happen and went down in the second half, you can fast forward. But we are first going to be talking about, again, the first half, second half, and then give my overall review, starting with the first half. And I'm going to be talking about the lineup. If we were to look at the lineup here, we can see that Koeman did take a much different approach. There were 3 attackers, 3 center backs, and 3 midfielders, and many were assuming what type of formation is this, but then only to find out that Dembele was going to play as a right wing back, the exact same position Serginho Dest does play. And this is something that many of us did not see before, but there has been reports suggesting that Serginho Dest might be experiencing some discomfort, not to the extent where he is considered as injured, but there is some discomfort that they do not want to overextend and make that discomfort into an injury. So it was a very different starting 11, but it was also probably the strongest starting 11 Koeman could place. Now going into the first half, and first things first, Barcelona did attack immediately within those first 1 to 10 minutes. They attacked very well. They were focused on all areas of the attack, from the right wing to the left wing to the center of the pitch. If we look at the graph here, we can see that everything is evenly distributed from the right wing to the left wing and through the center. And the only reason why it has been so leveled when it came to the attack, it was because Dembele played very well when it came to attacking the opposition, and Jordi Alba was also a player on the left wing that attacked very well, and they were also very efficient. And if you guys were wondering, what did you think about Dembele playing as a right wing back? I honestly think that he played very well in this game when it came to him playing in that position for the first time, but I do not think that this should be his position in the long term. I think that Dembele should always and forever be a right winger. Playing as a right wing back, I do believe that it is too much of a heavy load for a player like Dembele, seeing his experiences with injuries and what he has gone through over the past 3 to 4 years. I would really just suggest for Dembele to play as a right winger. But it is always good to know in the end that if Barcelona do not have a right wing back available, whether it's Serginho Dest, Sergio Roberto, or maybe potentially in the next season Emerson, Dembele can be that security within that position. And then I do want to move on towards Pedri. Pedri in this match actually arrived in the box twice where it could have led toward a goal, but every time he did take a shot, for some reason he just has the bad luck to not be able to put these shots and convert them into goals. And in the past 4 games, we have seen Pedri arrive in the box and perfectly time his runs very effectively. But the one thing that was missing within his game, every time he has done that, it was converting his shots into goals, and it was becoming a very consistent problem. But overall, we did see this Barcelona squad within those first 15 to 20 minutes that Barcelona wanted to score, and it was clear that they knew that this was a game that they needed to win. And then fast forward towards the 25th minute, we did see Messi score a wonderful goal. We saw Jordi Alba try to cross the ball into Messi. The ball was deflected, but the fact that Messi was able to readjust himself to that ball that was deflected by the opposition, Messi had to act very quickly, and he has done so, and that is why he did score the first goal for FC Barcelona and put Barcelona in a 1-0 lead against Levante. And with this goal here, it says here that Messi is the player who has scored the most goals against Levante in history of La Liga with a total of 23 goals. Fast forward towards the 34th minute, and we did see Pedri finally achieve his goal. The one thing that we were talking about was Pedri converting those shots into goals, and he has finally done that against Levante. But the one player that I actually do want to praise the most, it is Dembele, because the only reason why Pedri was in that position to just score the tap in and convert that shot into a goal, it was because Dembele has done 99% of that work. He was the reason why Pedri did score the goal. And if you were to look at the smallest details on how Dembele provided that assist, you can see that Dembele's left leg put that ball into space and then use his toes to pass it towards Pedri. This was something that you can only get when you do have world-class technique, and Dembele did show that in this assist. But one of the biggest problems that we have seen in the first half, and I'm going to be explaining why I am pointing this out very early in the video. The biggest problem that we saw was the fact that Barcelona as a collective had one very big problem, and that was the high press. The fact that Barcelona did not show that they wanted the ball immediately after they have lost possession, that is a very big problem, because that is not the game that Barcelona should be playing. Barcelona overall, in the past 12 to 15 years, they have never been like that. And the fact that we have seen this Barcelona team look so uneager, I do not even know if that's a word, but the fact that Barcelona did not want the ball immediately and did not show the hunger to try and achieve that ball as soon as possible, that is not okay, because you will pay the price for it. And so when it comes to Barcelona displaying the high press against the opposition, it was non-existent. And again, like I am saying, you will pay the price if you do not show that you do want the ball. So let's go into the second half, because now we're going to lead towards what is the outcome of not displaying such an important factor in your game. Going into the second half, we thought that Barcelona and Ronald Koeman did learn from their mistakes in the first half, because the fact that Levante did have those chances where they could have scored only because Barcelona did not want the ball and they just sat back and respected Levante, we thought that Ronald Koeman and the players were going to learn from this. But that did not happen in the second half, because on the 57th minute and on the 59th minute, Levante did score 2 goals. And Levante were leveled with FC Barcelona 2-2 before we even hit the 60th minute. And I'm not even going to go too into detail on how Levante did score these goals, because let me tell you, the biggest problem on the only reason why Levante scored those goals, it was because Barcelona gave no pressure. Barcelona did not want the ball. Barcelona respected Levante, says you can come into our own half, and by the time the opposition get around our own box, then let's try and get the ball. And when you come with that mentality, when you come with that idea and that strategy, you are going to be paying the price for that. And the fact that Barcelona were so willing to just wait for the players to come into their own half and not even try and get the ball, it is so unacceptable. And it is all going to come down towards one man, and that is Ronald Koeman. The instructions that Ronald Koeman has gave out, it was not the right instructions. It was not the right ideas. And when you see stuff like this, when you see the players' attitude and how they approach against a team like Levante, and knowing their situation, there's something very wrong in the managerial role. Because the one thing that we cannot say, right, is to say that maybe Ronald Koeman does not have the right players in his disposal. I think that that is absolutely false, because the material that Barcelona carries within their squad, it is world-class material. The fact that you have Pedri, Messi, Antoine Griezmann, Dembele, Serginho Dest, Araujo, Mingueza, Frankie de Jong, a prime Busquets, all of these players, knowing that they can perform at a very high level, and the fact that you can get the best from these players, then there has to be something very wrong in the managerial role. And I have said this on Twitter, that even if Barcelona win today 2-4 or 2-5, it's a bad collective performance, and our flaws in this game has clearly showed. This is exactly what gets us knocked out of the UCL early or humiliated. I completely agree with this statement, and I'm going to continue to say this, because yes, we were lucky that we did not get embarrassed. The only way we could get embarrassed is if Barcelona actually approach in this same way against a very tough opposition like a City or Bayern. Can you imagine if Barcelona approached like how they did against Levante to a team like Bayern or City? Barcelona do still have the exact same troubles. They do still have the exact same flaws. And so look, by the time Levante did score those 2 goals, Barcelona did bounce back. Dembele did score. It was a wonderful goal. It was a quality goal, and with that goal, he has provided a total of 1 goal and 1 assist. I do want to give my praise towards Dembele for having a wonderful performance as a right wing back, but there are bigger problems to talk about in this game, because players such as Dembele, Griezmann, Messi, they can only do so much, because if your team is not performing as a collective, you're not going to be getting anywhere. You could be winning games, maybe early in the Champions League stages, but it is not going to make you competitive in the long term. And then we did see Levante score back against FC Barcelona, which leveled them at 3-3, and it did come through a mistake from Serginho Dest, but overall, Barcelona was never supposed to be in this position in the first place. And I really do hope, right, I hope that with this ridiculous tie between Barcelona and Levante, it does give a signal towards the board, a echo, a sign that this is what's to come for the next season. Because the problems and the flaws that we did see in this game, they have not been learned on from the very beginning of this season. And just to go into the final details on what exactly did go wrong within this game, the fact that we also did see Riqui Puig enter in the 84th minute, and seeing where Barcelona were at, seeing how we needed more creativity around the box, and we needed a player that can can control the tempo of the game, Riqui Puig was a player that was highly needed. But the fact that Ronald Koeman placed Riqui Puig in the 84th minute, why not place him earlier in the game? And let me tell you, you know that Ronald Koeman made a complete mistake and he was completely confused in this game against Levante when you saw that Sergio Roberto was subbed in on the 46 minutes for Ronald Araujo, only for him to come back out in the 84th minute for Riqui Puig. But that is it, right? Barcelona did tie against Levante 3-3, and I strongly do believe that with this tie here, Barcelona are not going to be forgiven in the league. I do think that Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid are going to be looking at this and saying, we're going to have to take advantage of this in order for us to win the league. And that is only going to leave Barcelona potentially in third place. And the fact that Barcelona finished third place within the league, that is a very bad sign for a coach like Ronald Koeman. Because if Ronald Koeman only ends up winning the Copa del Rey, and we have seen reports, we have talked about this before, the fact that Ronald Koeman only wins one trophy and the fact that we were not able to compete against a team like Levante in one of the most decisive situations in this season, there is going to be decisions that are going to have to be made in about 3 to 4 weeks. And as of now, it is not looking good for Ronald Koeman. But that's going to be it for today's Barcelona post-match review. Let me know, what do you believe went wrong in this game against Levante? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.